Hey everyone, it's me Hallease, endeavoring to persevere as always. Today we're going to move away from the artsy fartsy a little bit, and I wanted to come at y'all and talk to you about cloth pads. I've been trying them now for a few months, and I just wanted to get on and let you know about this alternative to a menstrual cup if you're the type of person that's not really into doing the whole menstrual cup insertion situation thing. I know there's a bit of a learning curve with that, and I know this is something that I've been meaning to review and try and talk to y'all about on this channel for a while, so I'm happy to get into it. First things first, the reason why I really wanted to try cloth pads and talk about them here is because I'm big on just providing alternatives. Find a process that works best for you, and there's many different things you can do now to manage your cycle, especially if you're someone who is used to wearing pads in general, which was who I was. I used to buy store brand pads, and then, learning more about cycles and how those brands and products in those brands can kind of mess things up a little bit for you. I think they're a really great alternative if you're someone who is staunchly a pad wearer, but you want to be as organic as you can be or as natural as you can be. You want to start to get some of those benefits that people talk about with switching to some of these other methods, like reduced period pain, like reduced menses amounts and things like that. So I think this is a great alternative for you. It's a great alternative for you. So a little bit about the cloth pads that I purchased. I purchased this brand called Morxy, M-O-R-X-Y. You can find them on Amazon. Each set that you buy comes with 3 cloth pads. I bought a set of the small, which I would say is about the general size of a regular pad, and then I also bought a set of the medium, and I would say the length of these, it feels more like an overnight situation. So in total I have 6, and the front is actually, so the front of these cloth pads is made up of a couple of different absorbent fibers. Pretty comfortable to wear, feels good on the tushy, not gonna lie, feels nice. As nice as a diaper-like thing can feel, and then the back is sort of this non-absorbent material that kind of keeps everything in. And that's essentially what they are. They clip via the buttons on the side. So you fold it down, and I'll do like a demonstration of this with better angles. But you fold them in and fold them down, and then you turn inside, and voila, voila. And now it's like clipped up and protected. After you've used it, you're good. And then the same mechanism is how you put them onto your underwear. So you put your underwear down, the bottom of your underwear line's here, you wrap it around, clip it, and that's how it goes. So very easy to use, very straightforward. Ease of use is not a problem here, unlike the menstrual cup where there is a bit of a learning curve with that. Something else that I really appreciate about this is that when you buy a set, they give you a little baggie to go with it, and it just feels like a little travel baggie, just something to put them in and keep them out of the way so they don't get with your other stuff and mess up your other stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So since I bought 2 sets, I have 2 bags. One bag is my clean bag and one bag is my dirty bag. And that's how I keep them in between until I'm ready to soak them, wash them, do what I need to do with them. So yeah, that's that. I would say the good is I don't feel like they feel any worse than what I remember regular pads feeling like, or any better. I feel like, these in particular, they're pretty soft and they feel comfortable. It's like you're sitting on a pillow a little bit, They absorb a lot. That's a big plus. These absorb quite a bit. I felt comfortable wearing the medium size to bed, which is saying something. I would say that my menses is a little bit heavier than the average woman, but I felt comfortable wearing these to bed. I could wear these on my heavy days. I could go through only maybe 2 or 3 in a day, and that's on my heaviest day, which is saying something. And I also, even though this is like a pro slash con, but they're white. And so on the one hand, it's like, as you can see, they're never going to look as good as they did when you first bought them, obviously. But on the other hand, you can really go to town and like use a little bit stronger cleaning agents to make sure that you're disinfecting them and getting them clean the way you want to. You know, I take a bleach stick to these things. I do. So, because I want to make sure that they're super disinfected. So, you know, that's something else. I would also recommend obviously doing some kind of peroxide soak with warm or hot water before you wash them, blah, 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 y'all know. So yeah, the good is they work. That, you know, as far as pads go, the good is that they work. Another pro, the price. The price of these is great, which is why I wanted to get on and talk about them too. I was a big user of Thinx, and I still am a big user of Thinx, but Thinx are expensive. I'm the first to admit that. They are not an affordable, I think, alternative because they require a lot of upfront cost to use them. And then I also have noticed with my Thinx that after about a year, I need to throw them out and buy a new pair. Even with the proper cleaning methods and the proper maintenance methods on them, I still feel that after a while they just have, there's a smell that just stays. And it's like, okay, time to, you know? So let me know in the comments below if you've tried Thinx and that's been your experience too, but I've just noticed that. So I love Thinx because, you know, they just give you, I love them for what they are, which is a very higher end period panty that, you know, just gives you a feeling of comfort. You don't have, you know, you don't feel like you're on your period quite as much wearing them. They feel very comfortable. They feel like regular underwear almost, you know, which is great. Whereas with the cloth pads, it's a pad. So yeah, you're gonna feel like you're wearing a pad, which can be a good thing if you like that feeling. Some people like the feeling of security, and the cloth pad gives you that, you know what I mean? But something that I really appreciate about the cloth pads is their price point compared to something like Thinx. You can buy a set of 3, costs anywhere from like $10 to $12. That's not that bad. You know, for $24, $36, you can have a whole set ready for your cycle. And you're ready for your cycle. Whereas with Thinx, I mean, there is a lot of upfront investment that, you know, if you're lower income or on a fixed income, or you just, you know, you're trying to keep track of them coins, but you're trying to be also as natural, organic as you possibly can be, Thinx is an expensive option, you know, which isn't a bad thing, but it's something like, I personally want to make sure that people know that no matter where your price point is, there's something that you can probably use that can help you with that, you know? So I feel like cloth pads are a really great economical alternative. The bad, I would say the bad is, you know, they're a pad, so they feel like you're wearing a diaper a little bit, you know, just a little bit. It's a cushiony diaper, it's a comfy diaper, but it's still a diaper, you know? So you're gonna feel that. So something else too to think about with these, that's I would say a bit of a con, is what you wear them with. So, you know, wearing them with your underwear, I wouldn't wear these with like joggers or a looser fitting jean because they do have a tendency to slide a little bit. I found that wearing them with, you know, leggings or tighter fitting jeans, form fitting jeans, you know, like a slim cut or, you know, jegging or something like that, just in general is a safer bet because, you know, tighter fitting jeans are going to just kind of hold everything in and like things can't really be moving that much anyway. So these will stay in place. I found that when I was wearing, you know, tighter fitting jeans, I wasn't worried about this moving at all while I was wearing it, which is good. Whereas with a jogger or a looser pant, I would, you know, just be very conscious through most of the day, you know, about like, oh, is it in the right spot? Is it in the right spot? You know, that sort of thing. That's the only real con, you know. I definitely will still use them. Again, with Thinx, I'm in the process now of revamping and getting rid of my old pair and buying new pair, but even, you know, I'm being conscious about the price of Thinx. So in the meantime and in between time, I'm using the cloth pads along with my menstrual cup just, you know, as a backup, and I'm good to go. So yeah, that's cloth pads. I just wanted to get on and talk to y'all about them so that way you can know of another alternative that's out there for you. If you're interested in purchasing this brand specifically, I'll link to it in the description box, but there are many different cloth pad brands out there. So, you know, I just found this one, went with this one. There are many other ones out there. In fact, in the comments below, if you know of any other cloth pad brands, it's hard to say fast. In the comments below, if you know of any other cloth pad brands, let us know. And also, if you know of any other alternatives to maintaining and caring for your menses, let us know in the comments below. I'm Hallease. I'll see you when I see you.